Yes, sir. Great pass, great cut. Jaylen Brown's getting so good at cutting out of that corner. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. You know, and Jayson Tatum was always reluctant to throw the lob to Grant. Grant has no problem throwing it up for a future MVP.
Welcome to Celtics post-game live presented by your New England Ford dealers and Ford trucks. He's Eddie House. I'm Amina Smith. The Celtics beat the Houston Rockets 126-102. And the Celtics only had a 7-point lead at halftime, letting the Houston Rockets hang around. However, Eddie, what did the Celtics do to blow this lead open?
I think they just played harder. I think they played faster. They played harder. They played with more intent. They played with more aggressiveness on both ends of the court. And then the superstars took over. I mean, the best duo in basketball. They are the best duo, right? And they just took over and they handled their business tonight. And that's what happened, man. And they showed the separation from one team to the other.
And you mentioned Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown. They combined for 77 points in tonight's matchup against the Houston Rockets. A huge win for the Celtics. But, Eddie, let's start with Jaylen Brown in this game. He had 39 points, and it seemed like it was cooking for him every time his hands touched the ball.
Yeah, he basically came out there and said, okay, it's two Jaylens out there. One last name is Green, one last name is Brown. I play for the Green, but Brown is a little bit better than Green tonight, basically. And he went out there and handled his business. I thought he was aggressive. He was super efficient. Think about what he did, 14 of 26 from the field, you know, picking his spots, getting to where he wants to get his shot off. He was 6 of 15 from three. I don't think that there wasn't a shot that he wasn't able to get that he didn't want. He just didn't make them at the times. But all the shots that he took, I felt like were super efficient. And also, not only if he had to get it one-on-one or he got it from somebody else, he also cut backdoor and got some easy looks for himself. And I think the early ones were the backdoor cuts and things like that that got him really going. And that's big time for guys like that.
Jaylen Brown just made it look so easy. Why was it important for him to set the tone in this match, especially against a Houston Rockets team that's really the worst in the West?
Well, I mean, I think you got to come out and create your own energy, right? And like I said earlier, when your superstars create the energy out there and you see that they're playing harder than anybody else on the court, you have no choice but to pick up your energy effort or your effort out on the court. You have to follow suit. And I think that's what happened. I mean, and again, Jaylen Brown has been a guy, first quarter, he's been a first quarter killer. And he came out in the first quarter, played extremely well, and in the first half tonight too. So, I mean, all you had to do was just come out there and be themselves. And again, don't have a Christmas hangover, right? Don't have a Christmas hangover and just go out there and give these people who pay their hard-earned money what they came to see, and that's what these guys did.
Eddie, just a man of the people. He's like, look, these people are paying their money. Give them a show out there inside of TD Garden. Jayson Tatum also put on a show, 38 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. Where was Jayson Tatum most effective in this matchup?
Everywhere. Everywhere. There wasn't a place that he couldn't be effective. I mean, if it was getting deflection, getting steals, knocking down threes, getting out in transition, finishing above the rim over Jalen Green. Jalen Green had a rough one tonight. At the rim, just doing everything that he wanted to do, showing that he is the MVP right now. And the reason why he's the leading MVP candidate. And not only that, both of those two showing the reason why they are the best duo in basketball. Now they're going to have another duo that's going to come in here and want to say something about that. It's some get back. It's going to be a get back game. And I think it's a get back game for the Celtics, really. You know what I'm saying? And our duo. But he did it every which way you can. I mean, and it's a reason why he's the leading candidate for MVP right now is because of performances like this. It's because of performances like he had on Christmas Day. And again, like I was saying, don't have a Christmas hangover and give these people what they want to see. Give them their money's worth, and that's exactly what this duo did.
And you're talking about the duo of Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown and them putting the rest of the league on notice. And, of course, it's against the Houston Rockets, but how much more important is it for them to have that consistency night in and night out?
Well, it's super important. We don't care who it's against, right? Because, again, if you did it against, it doesn't matter if you do it against the best team or the worst team. What it is being consistent and doing it night in and night out. Night in, night out, you're not going to have 38 and 39 points, but consistently night in, night out, be the leaders, be the best duo in the league, and lead your team to victory.
Well, you know who else had a big impact in this game? It was Rob Williams. He's with Abby Chin right now.
All right, Rob. 15 rebounds in 21 minutes. The last Celtics player to do that, other than yourself, was Paul Silas, actually, as we honor him. It was back in 1972. Just your 5th game back, but clearly the bounce is back. How did you feel out there tonight?
Felt good. Felt like we played a great game as a whole, as a team. Coach put an emphasis on that, one of the best offensive rebounding teams, coming into the game, so just have to match the energy.
How are you doing in the comfort and getting back into your rhythm?
Yeah, I'm feeling good, man. Honestly, just trying to figure out how I can, slide in and help these guys, keep the rampage going that we've been going on, man. We started the season off great, just trying to add to that.
Still trying to find your way, though. Do you think you poked Jayson Tatum's eye out there?
Yeah, so he actually hit me with a basketball the other day, and as soon as I hit him back, he was like, all right, we even.
Rob, throwing down oops in front of this crowd on the Christmas break. How good does it feel to be back out here?
Oh, it feels great, man. Honestly, just to see all the smiles, man. The energy every time I check into the game. My teammates building me up is just a very wholesome feeling.
Rob, thank you for the time. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Scal joining us live from inside a TD Garden. Rob Williams with an instant impact in this game, rebounding, challenging shots at the rim. Scal, how surprising was it to see Rob Williams have such a huge impact, knowing that he's just coming off of having surgery during the offseason?
You never know when a guy's going to come back and be back to form. It's just how it goes with injuries. But today I thought it was his most active game, his best game. You could tell the fact that when he would dive to the basket, it's always a threat. Some people wouldn't come off his body, so guys would turn the corner and get floaters or threes out of it. So to me, I thought this was Rob Williams' best game. And to me, when I look at the way that he plays with this group, it has to make the league take notice.
Eddie, how much different do the Celtics look with Rob Williams being back on the floor defensively?
Well, you got defensively, you got a guy that changes shots, blocks shots, and then not only does he do that, he's just a threat to where sometimes you don't even want to run a play that's in his direction, right? And then once he starts really getting his feet underneath him and getting his basketball rhythm, he's going to be a guy that's going to be able to switch out on multiple positions. Right now, he's still getting his feet under him, still getting his wind, his game rhythm and things like that. And this was the first time that I've seen him look like the Rob Williams of old. Having anticipation of the ball bouncing off the rim, knowing where it's going to be at, being there before anybody else gets there, being a quicker guy to the basketball and finishing at the rim. So as long as he continues to trend in that direction, it's going to change everything for the Celtics on the defensive end and, more importantly, even on the offensive end.
Scal, a big night for Jaylen Brown, 39 points. What was the best thing he was able to do on the court?
Pick his spots and dominate certain areas of the game, especially if Tatum goes out. Like Jaylen Brown scoring in bunches right now. And I love when I see Jaylen Brown carrying teams out there. Because I told you guys beginning of the year, I'll say it throughout the year, our road to winning an NBA championship is Jaylen Brown having dominant performances throughout playoff series. So if he could do that 3 out of the 7 games in a series, the Celtics are not going to be beat. So I look at him as the X factor to hang banner 18 in the rafters. He is doing that, and he's doing it at a consistent level. And I really love, like in that third quarter, 14 points in the quarter, dominant performance during that stretch.